Hello everybody, Admiral Kroll reporting for duty. Well, we start the day off with sad news. Fuzzy has died. Sadly, two wraiths came and wiped him out as I was preparing for this video. So, we salute you, Fuzzy. You will be missed. However, moving forward, we're going to prepare today for a little bit with getting a mortar and pestle down, and we're going to get our resurrection altar going. So let's get started on that. Let's see what we need. Look up here, mort. Alright, mortar and pestle, we need 65 stone and 15 hide. We got plenty of hide for that, so we'll just need a little bit of stone. Looks like there's a rock right over here we can go get that with. So, after we get these down, I'm thinking about starting our town build. And what I want to do, tackling that first, is we're going to have to go down to that area and get ourselves like a warehouse workshop going. So that's probably going to be the next order of business after we get our resurrection altar and our mortar and pestle planted up here. Once we get that built down in our town area, we'll get another resurrection altar going, so we'll be able to fast travel between the two locations. Unfortunately, it does require not taking any items with us, because the fast travel makes you drop all your items. So that's alright though, we'll just put a couple of chests by our resurrection altars so we can avoid that issue. So we'll have a couple of sets of gear in different locations. That's alright. Alright, so we're gonna drop this probably right here by the forge. That looks like a good spot. Alright, so let's look at our resurrection altar. What do we need? Search res. Alright, we need 75. Oh, let's pull it down here so we can actually see. Because if you pull your blueprint down in your bar, it'll actually show you how much of what you need instead of having to look, squint, look, read, decipher those icons. So it looks like sulfur powder, 15 bones, 19 hide, and 100 magic shards. That doesn't seem too hard to gather up at all. So let's look at my inventory and see what we got here. We got 70 stone. Oh, we got some copper that I was gathering earlier today after Fuzzy died. So we'll lots of charcoal. We're gonna need that for our hook arrows. Lots of things going on. So let's start these up. And once we're gonna have to start when we build this new warehouse, we're gonna use some bigger boxes, so we're gonna need some copper for that as well, so we can be a little bit more organized. Organization is key to making swift progress, because if you're organized, you don't have to filter through these boxes like I'm doing right now, looking for space for things. Doesn't look like I have any place to put my charcoal. Alright, we might have to get rid of some stuff here. Let's see. Here we go. Shabby, shabby, gone, gone, shabby, gone. Alright, so we got some slots left. Alright, so, whoa! Put our charcoal in the box, and looks like I'm dropping some stuff while I'm doing that, not meaning to. Alright, so we'll pick up the charcoal and the iron ore and go back in this here box. Put those two items in. We can, however, drop those starter clothes. We have enough sulfur that we can there it is. We'll get this sulfur powder rolling. Alright, so now there we go. We got some room and some weight capacity. We go get us some stone to get our quartz sand going. Shut the door. Alright, so we'll get the quartz sand going, and then we will start our hunt for some bones. Probably whip up a stone spear real quick. That's a very good tool for collecting bones. You can get a lot in a very short order with that item, so we should have enough stone. We'll come back into the base and we'll throw that into our mortar and pestle and we'll get that going. Alright, there we go. Craft, craft, craft. Excellent. So that should be ready to rock by the time we get back. Alright, so stone spear for bones. Click on the sword, sort by weapons. Oh, looks like we can whip one up right now. That's excellent. Alright, so also I've taken note that we should probably do some magic leveling. Excuse me. We should probably do some magic leveling so we have a better form of self-defense, because in my experience so far with this game, I have not had a lot of luck with melee combat. Melee. Tomato, tomato, I guess. So magic seems to work better. So we're going to probably tackle that in the very near future as well. Can we open this? Oh, hey. We'll just take all that stuff. That's very useful. Stone, copper, iron. Good stuff. So we're just looking for some creatures here to pull this down in our hotbar. Just looking for some creatures here to get some bones gathered. We might have to run back till we see all these sheep, because it seems that there isn't anything in the immediate area. Just like Ark, I'm gonna go look for this. Nope, no you're not. Oh look, a hapless sheep. Come here, sheep. Hiya! Hiya! Ha! Mildly amused today. That's alright. How many bones did we get off that guy? 48! That's great. That'll get us what we need. Alright, so let's look again to see what we need. We got the hide, magic shards. We're gonna need some magic shards. So we'll just look at our... Do we have a magic staff? No, I don't think we do. So we'll have to craft that up quick and drain spell. Alright, because I inventory all, drain, proper procedure, folks. Alright, oh, I had one equipped. How about that? Silly me. That's alright. We can always use an extra handy item or two. Alright, so we need 100 shards. So we'll just use this on some trees. So thinking about the town, I'm thinking about like a legitimate town instead of like a military compound. Someplace with some defensive walls and a nice big gate to enter. Probably do like a sheep farm building and just some really cool aesthetic stuff. I think that's what this single player playthrough is going to be all about. So we'll build a really cool village area and have buildings of different materials, because I think it'll be really cool to have some variance between shabby and wood and firm and hardened structures, depending on what it is that we're trying to do. We'll see how that progresses. We'll drain this rock here quick to see how many shards we have. Ah, good. We've got a lot actually. 200. 25, I think it was. So we'll go back up, and we'll get that resurrection altar put together, and we'll get that down. That way we don't have to run back to Alpha Base from the town every time we go splat. Because it happens. Games like this, it just happens. Something will come out of nowhere, and you'll be unprepared at the worst possible moment, and what? You'll be splatted. And the more resurrection altars you have, the more different places you will be able to spawn. So let's have a look. Pull that back down in inventory so we make sure we got what we got. We got bones, we got hide, we got magic shards. We just need to get into our mortar and pestle. We'll grab our sulfur powder and probably just take half stacks of those, because that should be plenty. Let's have a look. A little more sulfur powder. We'll grab another half stack. There we go. That's bam. Whoop. What? Oops. That's alright. Search res. Craft. Alright, so we got our revival points working up. So yeah, starting with a warehouse type structure. Let's look at our knowledge here. So by the time we get the basic parts built, we should level enough to where we can make a very cool looking... I don't want to make it a box. We're probably going to make it kind of like an A-frame structure. I don't think I want to have straight walls on this at all. It'll look interesting. And I like interesting builds. When I build in games like this, I like somewhat realistic, a little bit, but at the same time, you gotta go for interesting. I love aesthetic stuff, so that's kind of what we're gonna shoot for. Alright, so let's pull out our resurrection altar. And I think this corner over here is probably gonna be a good spot for it. There we go. Excellent. Now we don't have to run back from Ironfest anytime that we might go splat. So let's go in here and put back our sulfur powder and our quartz sand. Let's look for a place to put this extra draining spell, because that's never a bad thing to have. Just doing some sorting out, and then we'll take a look at what we need to do to get our warehouse built. Alright, we'll stick that iron in there, cook some of that up, because we're probably going to get into a workbench this episode as well, so we can make some iron tools, and that'll allow us to harvest things that much faster. Alright, so wooden foundations. Let's have a look. Straw and twine and wood. Well, let's go. I know, doing a lot of running back and forth, and I promise to get better at this as we carry along. So we'll get all the straw that we have in our boxes. There's some there. There's some here. We're kind of going by order of priority, because it looks like we got some stuff in these boxes to get the ball going. Pick up lightest items first, so we have the most of it. So we got all our straw. Let's look for some twine, because that's the next item that's pretty fairly light. I think the twine is lighter actually, because it stacks in 200 and it weighs about the same as 100 twine. So it's kind of give and take on that. But that's my advice for when you're starting to do a big build and you're just gathering your supplies. Round a bunch of the light stuff first, so you can craft as you go, as like you gather your wood. Cause, for instance, because the wood here you see 100 weighs 50 units. We're gonna call it pounds. And that can add up really quickly, especially if you've only got like 300 weight. looks like I got a level up actually, so let's do some HPs, and we'll do another stat and weight too, because you can never have enough weight, especially if you're just gonna be a builder. So it looks like we got what, 248. Let's see here, 425. Alright, so let's look at the foundation again, and oh, that'll get us going a good while. So we're gonna come out here, we're gonna come out here and run into these trees, and we're just gonna overburden ourselves with some wood, and we'll get a bunch of foundations racked up, and see where we get after that. So once that's finished, I'll bring you back and we'll see how many we've got and where we're sitting for our wooden structure skill tree. Alright, and we're back. I've got about 40 foundations made, so we're running back to the alpha base to sort some things out. Excuse me. And we're gonna head down and see if we can't make the trek to get these foundations laid. And then afterwards we're gonna make our wall pieces, because in getting those foundations made we unlocked our corner pieces, or our triangle pieces for our walls, and our sloped roofs. So that'll help us accomplish that A-frame style that we're gonna go for. And we got our doors, so we'll be able to make ins and outs, and I think it'll be really cool. Alright, we might have to whip up another box. Yeah, I think we're gonna do that here right real quick. Let's have a look-see. Chest 2, that's perfect. Alright, there we are. Let's put these kind of in line with these existing ones. Alright, one there. One there. Okay, so let's put all our straw in that one, and we'll put wood and twine in this one, and find some place to put these shards. Here we are. Alright, I think that'll do it. Let's eat some food quick. Our guy getting hungry. Alright, so we're gonna leave these fires burning for charcoal, like I said earlier, for hook arrows. Alright, so, well, let's make the journey. So I really like this area. I'm pretty excited to get this going. I've always wanted to do something like this in a game, but I haven't found an environment that I really felt struck me to do such a thing. But Dark and Light has done that. So we're going to continue forward, and I will bring you back when we're in our destination area. Alright, so I wanted to bring you guys back because I found a really cool broken down village. I just don't know what happened here. I'm hoping that we get some kind of explanation for some of this stuff as to what's kind of going on. Just look at this. This is really, really well done. Some burnt out, broken houses. Maybe it would be really cool if we as players could even rebuild some of these areas. Oh, there's Panther over there, the bane of my existence. So yeah, I just wanted to show you this along my way, and I mean, look at these. This just, you know, it sparks my curiosity. What happened here? Alright, I just wanted to I let you see this. A panther has decided to try and have me for lunch, and running circles around me. These guys, I really don't like these guys. Panthers are very strong creatures, and I always seem to run into some bad mojo whenever I find these guys. So, see, 3 hits, and they just tear right through you. But such is the way of things in a game like this. So we'll come right back into our altar and try and get our stuff back, because we had all our foundations on us. I was almost in the area. There's a lot of panthers over there, and they're just bad news. At least until you can get some better armor. But that leather armor just doesn't seem to cut it when... What is that? Oh, a wyvern. That leather armor just doesn't seem to cut it when combating those guys. And might also help if I had a better sword or some magic with me. So yeah, we're going to make an effort, and we'll be right back. Alright, so it looks like he's occupied with a Nidhogg over there. Hopefully we can grab our stuff and get out of Dodge before we have any more problems. Excellent, we did it. Let's just scurry our little dwarfy behind away from that little entanglement. So we're coming up on the area in question, and you'll see why I chose this place for this project. It's very flat, very open, but as you can see, there's trees nearby for wooden buildings, and as we get up in here, man, there are panthers everywhere. I've seen 3 of them returning to the area. So let's take a moment and put our armor back on. That was a brand new set of armor that I had on, and if you look at the durabilities, that was 1 panther attack. Just bad news, man. Bad news bears, those guys. So I'm going to start laying foundations, and I'll bring you back when we have our area laid out. And we're back. And we are in an entanglement with a griffin. It's not looking good. I'm hoping that I can kind of do a jump swipe attack. I don't have any arrows to fight this guy. So far so good. I had to kill a couple of wolves as well. So yeah, we're a little unprepared, but I think we might be able to pull this off if we're careful. Another hit. Another hit. As long as we can stagger our attacks between his, I think we might be able to bring this guy down. Oh! Nope. And we're down again. Alright, so we're going to have to take another run down to retrieve our items. And when we're back in the area, I'll be right back. Alright, we've made it back. So let's get our items, and we'll start laying these foundations. Chug. Gets a little chuggy when you do a mass grab like that. So, as you've seen in the combat, half my armor's broke, so we're a little defenseless right now. Yeah, so this ought to be interesting. Alright, here's where I started. This guy, that's a excuse me, that's a wind elemental. I don't think he's gonna be a problem. They're pretty easy to get along with. Get my words right here. So I'm thinking that, what's that, 3? 1, 2, 3? I'm thinking that 1, 2, 6 wide is going to be sufficient. Oh, maybe the other end won't fit down there. Alright, there we go. So let's see. These just don't want to lay right. Alright, so we're not going to have neat little rows. Alright, so 3, 2, rather. Learn how to count. Alright, let's see here. We got 6 wide. One, 2, 3, 4, 5 deep. I'm thinking probably I want a rectangle shape. So let's see, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Shit, that panther just scared the crap out of me. Bad news bears, these guys. And they're just a pain in the butt to kill. Oh my goodness. It's really not a bad place. Getting established anywhere out in the deeper wilds can be struggling. So I'm going to continue forward, and when I have more of that structure built, I'll show you what I've done. And we're back. Look at this panther circling the bag. I've often felt that, as silly as it may sound, I've often felt that they lurk around waiting for you to come back. But it's certainly how it feels. I don't even know if I can get that stuff. So, warehouse fail. Maybe. Let's see if we can. Oh, he's wandering away. Might just have to sit here for a while and wait till he wanders further away. Alright, and we're back. So it turns out, as we were waiting for the panther to wander away, the bag of our stuff decomposed and everything's gone. That's alright. Because for lack of trying, we got some foundations laid out, and we have a bit to start with. Now what we're going to do is we're just going to build a small little place to get a resurrection altar, a mortar and pestle, and some storage boxes, probably a bed too. So we're going to whip that up and be right back. And finally, we have our way station made. So, after much struggle and many deaths, getting from Alpha Base to here to even get this built was a trying time with panthers lurking everywhere. So we're gonna call this a day. We have a way station. Let's go inside here real quick before we finish. We got a way station, we have a campfire, we have 2 chests. So what I plan on doing is I am going to build a resurrection altar, and I'm going to put that in here. I'm going to put another bed in here, so we have a place of refuge and we can travel quickly back and forth, get some things done. So, next time, however, I think we're going to work on some magic. We're going to play around with the lightning spells and the ice spells and the fire spells to see what that's all about. I'm going to dig around and I'm going to find some ways to best the Panthers because I really, really hate them. They're mean and fast and furious. So we have to beat thy enemy, you must know thy enemy. So I'm going to do some digging. Well, I think that's going to be all. And this is Admiral Kroll signing off. We'll see you next time.